I'm getting on the internet today. I'm a little salty, but not salty at the same time. Mind you, you are proven until you are innocent. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. You are innocent until proven guilty. This is what I've known to be true the majority of my life. And when you begin to pick up on certain things and your evidence is brought to you, obviously after reviewing the evidence, you're able to make an educated decision on whether or not to accuse somebody of, you know what I mean? You calling them on their shit. He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. He's scum. He's scum. And I had not known that he was scum. I saw the receipts, all this shit. And it's deep as fuck. And it's fucked up that we live in a society where like stuff like this is propagated by the government and people in power, people in charge of doing this. The people who, you know what I mean, run things, don't like everybody. It's crazy. It's fucked up. And I can't even say myself, because ignorance is a motherfucker. But if you're ignorant of something, you can be held accountable to it because you can find the truth. If you really want to not be ignorant, or you really want to stand for truth, you understand that ignorance is not an excuse. There's never an excuse. If you're ignorant of something, you have to become aware of it. You have to be educated on the thing you're ignorant about. So I was ignorant on the fact that Diddy was a piece of shit. I didn't know this guy was a piece of shit. Diddy's a scum. He's scum of the earth. He's probably lower than scum. But the people who use Diddy are worse than scum. The people who associate with Diddy are scum too. We're not gonna leave out anybody who was there, you know what I mean, and they knew about it. They're scum. You could be sorry about it now or whatever, but you're still scum. Then there's the discussion. It's like, oh, after you've been scum, you've done scummy things, and you've been a grimy human being, can you be forgiven for that? Should you be accepted back into the ranks of those who are not classified as scum? And I say to that is, I don't know. I'm not going to pass any judgment. I'll look 10, 20 years from now at this video thinking back what about I did and where I'm at. And then just to be like, well, I might have done some shitty things, but, you know, I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? That was the old me. This is who I am now. I might need some of that in the future. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me. But he's a piece of shit so far. You know what I mean? He's done a lot of shit. We can all safely say that Diddy's a piece of shit. And everybody associated with him is a piece of shit. And everybody who hasn't been publicly hung as he has been, rightfully, there's some people who still need to be held accountable as well. So where's everybody else's public lynching? You know what I mean? Let's not get just the nigga, you know what I mean, and publicly lynch him and ruin his, as we should, and stop supporting him. If you're still drinking Ciroc and Deleon, aren't you supporting human trafficking? If you really want to talk about it, everybody at the club, I don't know how long this has been going on. I don't know if it's still being sold. And now I'm worried about all of you motherfuckers who have been drinking it. You was drinking that pink shit, that Mandingo juice. Worried about your health. Worried about your health. That liquid cocaine they had in them bottles. That's why y'all was so turned up. That's why y'all like love to show y'all coochie so much. Y'all love to show y'all coochie so much and talk about your coochie so much. Niggas, y'all like to talk about y'all dicks, but half niggas' dicks don't even be worth it. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not getting into that. I'm just here to speak my piece. I had put a video up saying that Diddy might not have been guilty of what he was saying, what they were saying he was doing. Innocent proven guilty. He's obviously proven guilty now. You know what I mean? I ain't do much research into it. I just heard motherfuckers accusing the man of shit, and I don't pay attention to what goes on in y'all world. I'm out here doing other things. I'm focused on different things. But I had to weigh in on this because he was black. He was a black man, and I didn't like the fact that we was all, especially my own people, got on this man so bad. And I still think, even though he's a piece of shit, we shouldn't make him the focus of our attention so much. There's bigger fish to fry. Let's get the motherfuckers who made Diddy do, or even who put him in position to do half the shit he did. And then let's get into about how he was a government informant. So your government basically allowed Diddy to do that shit. They knew he was doing that shit. He got dirt on them doing the same shit he was doing. That's why he's not dead yet, because they got to find those tapes and find the people who got the tapes. If he dies randomly, they're going to release that shit. And they might not want that right now. I had someone tell me today I was a conspiracy theorist. That lets me know where I am now, that I'm getting closer and closer to the truth. If I cannot group think with the hive, I'm a problem. I like that. If I'm thinking like how everybody else thinks, I know there's a problem. But we can come to the same page. Like right now, I'm pretty sure like a lot of us right now, we're all on the same page. Diddy's a piece of shit. I wasn't on that, like, I wasn't defending him, but I was kind of defending him because I'm like, yo, innocent until proven guilty. There was evidence. I didn't know about the evidence. I've seen the evidence now. You're a piece of shit, bro. You're a piece of shit. I feel double. I'm actually angry now because it's like I kind of stood up for you, and you have the audacity to be guilty of the things I was like. I was ambiguous about it, but at the same time, like, I stuck up for you, and you turned out to be a piece of shit. Now you making me look bad. It's double fuck you now. It's double fuck you now. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm with it right now, and I feel like I want to be able to say I'm an individual thinker, and that looks to me like agreeing with those who aren't widely agreed with. But at the same time, it's like I have to be careful where I choose my sources of information, sure. But now I think I have a clear indicator of if everybody's kind of like bashing what this person is saying, let me look into what this is and use my awareness of my core values and principles and the things that I believe in, and have a broad mind to be able to dissect what they. If everybody's bashing that one, let me kind of hone in. What are they really saying? Because if they're usually saying something that a lot of people don't like, in my experience, what I'm seeing now, real time, they're usually telling the truth, or there's more truth in what they're telling you, because what you've gotten has been a complete lie, and it's propaganda to like be able to control people. And that sounds like a conspiracy, but it does. It should be something that I feel like should be like normal conversation. It's just like for instance, motherfuckers talk about basketball a lot. LeBron James, Michael Jordan. The stuff we're talking about right now about how the government like literally lying to us. We as American people, I feel like should make that like normal conversation, because we should be able to discuss these things. And if it's public knowledge, a lot of people don't do the research sometimes, but like thank God for like smarter people, because you do the research. If you look like you're respectable and trustable to an extent, I might listen to you. But at the same time, it's like you gotta be appreciative of the people who are putting in the work. There are people putting in real work out here to help us, and I feel like we owe it to them, to the ones who are at least really trying to at least listen. Let's have an open mind here. Hold up. The government really did kind of like fuck over everybody, especially black people, but everybody. And you see all these like TV shows. A big one, a name drop right now, is Snowfall. Damson Idris. He played Franklin Saint, right? There was a white guy, I don't even know his name. I forget his name. But I'm pretty sure he was in the CIA, literally bringing drugs, and he did a lot of dirt. He did a lot of bad things. There were other people in the government, in the show. Remind you, this is a TV show. But these people's roles, a lot of these guys who was doing bad shit, they were in the government officials, doing dirt behind the scenes. They might have got killed, but they're government officials doing dirt behind the scenes, right? This real time. You gotta talk about what you know about, or it's even true. Let's keep it a buck. And then we got, what else we got? Let's talk about how there is literal files that prove the CIA dropped drugs into the ghettos, right around like what, Jim Crow, or before that, because they had probably planned it way before. All this was strategic. There was definitely things going on in the background. And then we talk about, you might ask, like, why is this relevant today? Well, it's like, well, if they were doing all of that back then, what are they doing now? Or what have they been doing recently now? Did all of this just stop out of nowhere? Let's be honest. Can we all just say, it's like, as life's been going on, they haven't been trying to control and do certain things here and there to see what's going to work, what's not going to work? How can we pull things off seamlessly? These are these guys' agenda, right? Because these things haven't stopped. And that's what's like me, like 28 now. Been lied to. Everything's a lie. Not everything, but majority is a lie. If I didn't decipher it myself, the truth came to me, because I'm just like that. I'm built like that. It's in my DNA. But that's me. That's not everybody. You might have to awaken that shit. You might have to evolve if you're a different kind of being. You might have to evolve into that shit. But it's possible. You can do it. I believe in you. I got faith. I have to say I have faith in humanity, because yesterday, I think I said it yesterday, I said I lost faith in humanity, and I got it rough. I'm not going to say we, I'm going to say y'all. because that God, I'm not associating myself with the latter half of humanity. I know there are like progressive, even better than me, better way, and not even better than myself. Because who's better? Who's really better? Aren't we all created equal? Was that a lie? Was it a lie we were all created equal? Or can I say that's the truth? I can't tell anymore. But I know if I think highly of myself, I have to think highly of others. I think that's a truth. There are people I respect more, not than myself, but like who I feel like if I can reach that level of admiration within myself that I see displayed from another, right? That could allow or help me to grow, to become more respectable, right? It's all about, and we say get better 1% every day. It's all about getting better, but how do you get there, right? And then that goes into something completely different. I know we're like, just follow me here. You know what I mean? We're gonna touch on a lot of things that I feel like is important right now. And what I think is important is like having guides, right? Well, not guides, but like role models, mentors, teachers, educators, community service specialists, right? These kinds of roles designed to help teach humanity. You know what I mean? And these individuals, these examples, should be aligned with what. Now this is now it's hypothetical what we're talking about, because it should be aligned with what is good and wholesome, rooted in values and principles that society deems good, telling the truth, accountability, modesty. You know what I mean? Things like this. That should be, what's taught in schools and within the household, the nuclear family. That should be what's going on. However, I feel like we have like a yin yang type situation. Like there is a lot of it going on in certain places. Trust me, it's not like a fire that's been completely put out, but the embers is like we gotta start blowing on this on the embers before, you know what I mean? We gotta grow this fire, because I feel like the yang, or in this case the water or lack of air to the embers, wind or whatever, the ignition is like dousing that picture, that vision, because it's like what we got right now. And mind you, I'm living my life individually outside of a lot of this, but I'm still susceptible to certain things within society. But a lot of it's in the schools, right? What they're teaching in the schools, I'm sure, and what parents themselves, or even what's even lack of being taught in the households. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of you, and me too, like a lot of what we're learning today is definitely through the TV screen, through the TV screen, through our phones first and foremost, because we're on our phones damn near 12 hours a day. It's always on us, right? And we definitely need digital detoxification, you know what I mean? Because I said a lot of parents were teaching these children, these new generations now being basically raised on the TV screens, or through their phones or a tablet, right? At home, at school, with their friends, with their parents, because when you're around, you're all just individually on your phone. It's crazy, man. It's just like, and then we look at where society is, mass shootings. That's extreme. I don't know. I just feel like I just remember growing up, right? I don't know. Maybe you just had like a different sense of urgency towards things. Because I'm older now, and then was life as crazy as it is now, 2030? Have I grown? Have I just become more aware of it, or what is going on here? Right? It's like, it's bad, but it's not that bad, because again, you got to be optimistic, because there's people putting work out here to make the world better. Yada, yada, yada. That's the bullshit I got to tell myself, you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, doesn't it look really bad? Does it? No, it can't, because the world is a place becoming. And I gotta say, the world is becoming, it's always going to God. It's not going to anything else other than good. Any seeming situation right now is, if it's negative, it's only apparent. Because what they say, blessings usually come wrapped up in a problem. And if this is a blessing, so if it's definitely a blessing, it's definitely a problem, because it's wrapped up in the problem, right? So blessing is there already. We see it. The blessing is coming, because this is a motherfucking problem, isn't it? So we gotta get the shit together. And I say we on that, because if I gotta live, I guess I gotta work to make the world a better place for my own comfortability, for my sake, And then I guess the sake for what I choose to leave behind, family, kids, and generations. It's shit I've never thought about for real. Never thought about, never talked about actually. Nah, well, we're talking about it now. As we are now, we're new people. We're new people. We're not the same as we were, I guess, 20 minutes ago. If you've been looking and seeking the truth, we can say that, because you know something now. You know something you didn't know, or you have a perspective on something, and maybe you thought about it. Maybe you pondered something you heard here, or I sparked some kind of interest in you to seek some knowledge and do some research into something, and yada yada yada. You know what I mean? It's whatever. It's whoever's supposed to see it. I guess it's forever who's not. Fuck it. Maybe this is just me getting something off my chest to understand something deeper about me. I look gooder than a motherfucker. I like to look at myself. I like to hear myself talk sometimes. I like to enjoy myself. Trust me. But shit. Otherwise, what is this? It's the Lord's Day? It's Sunday, ain't it? Ain't this the Lord's Day? Praise myself. Thank me. I'm so happy for me. I'm so happy to be myself. Chest. I gotta get to the place where I can get my chest up out the shirt. I aspire to have sand-like chest. A sand-like chest. I want that shit to touch my chin. That's what I aspire to have. A sand chest. Y'all saw Goku when he came back from the hyperbolic time chamber. He was fighting Cell. The man's chest was in his fucking chest. Like his chest was in his chin, my guy. I know y'all remember that. I'm probably gonna do minimum 100 push-ups. I figure out what else kind of damage I can do today. It's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to be me. It's a great day to be me. Wouldn't have it any other way. Listen, be yourself, love yourself, help somebody out today. Be a good fucking human being. Be that example, be that change for positivity. If you're negative, the universe is going to deal with you how it deals with all negatives. It's still going to be there though, but I don't know. Peace.